Hey, what's up guys? How you doing out there in YouTube land? Thank you for tuning in to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a contest entry for Mr. Tony of the Dead, who is generous enough to give away one of his copies of High 8 from Wild Eye Releasing. And most of you out there, most of you that are subbed to me already know who Mr. Tony of the Dead is. But if you're not subscribed to him, please do. I'm going to link him below. He's one of the best guys here on YouTube. And I know brownie points won't get me an extra entry into the contest, but I really do feel that way. He's an awesome guy. He does a ton of review videos, and he's even getting free stuff from other companies now that want him to review their product. So that's why he's giving away a VHS from Wild Eye Releasing. He has a copy for himself, and then he has an extra copy to give away in this contest. Not only does he do a lot of review videos, but then he also has a tandem review with his wife Shayna, and they're really fun to watch. They're a great couple, and you can tell that they have a lot of fun watching the films and then reviewing them. And they kind of play off each other, you know, they kind of bounce one-liners off each other, and they have a great time. And you can tell it's unscripted, and that's what's really good about it. You know, it's fun to watch. And let's see, the movie that he's given away is called High 8. And I have not seen the film yet myself, but watching Tony's video, I believe it's an anthology horror film from independent filmmakers such as Tim Ritter, Donald Farmer, Todd Sheets, Ron Bonk, Marcus Koch, and others. And that sounds like it's right up my alley. I love independent horror, and I like to support that. And Tony had 3 rules. Well, actually, he has 2 rules, and then there's 2 ways you can enter the contest. First and foremost, you have to be subscribed to his channel. I'm going to link him down below. And you owe it to yourselves to go and subscribe to Tony. He's a great guy. You will not regret it, I promise you. And the second rule is you have to go to Facebook and like his fan page, which I will also link below, so you guys can find that pretty easy. And then there's 2 ways that you can enter the contest. One, you can have a written response on the video page. And 2, you can make a video entry. And if you have a written entry, that's 1 entry. And if you have a video entry, that's 3 entries. So I'm going to go ahead here and make my video. And his question is, what is your favorite guilty pleasure movie? And so I have a few, I'm not going to lie. And I'm kind of like Mood 616. He said that he doesn't really have guilty pleasures. I don't either. But the reason I'm showing this film here is because it's critically panned. Most people do not like this film. But I happen to love Don't Go in the Woods, and this is a film that came out in 1981, and I used to rent this on VHS, I don't know, countless times. It never used to have the word alone. It used to just be called Don't Go in the Woods, and now it's called Don't Go in the Woods Alone, whatever. But I do have a couple different editions of this movie that I'll be showing you guys, and I'll kind of tell you a little bit about the film. It was filmed in 1981 for a razor-thin shoestring budget of $20,000. It only took the crew 4 days to film this. Here's the Code Red Spine, number 2001, I guess. And it's hokey, it's campy, it's very cheesy. And these are my favorite kind of films, the backwoods slasher. You know, kind of like The Hills Have Eyes, Friday the 13th, Wrong Turn, and countless others. These are my favorite type of the backwoods slashers type films. And here's the 88 Films release, and this is the Blu-ray. And this was on the Video Nasties list in the UK, and it was not released fully uncut until 2007, which I thought was pretty crazy. The UK has some ridiculous rules, but they're coming around now, and they have some really nice editions. I think most of this stuff is still cut from the UK, but here's a movie that they mixed barbecue sauce with red food coloring to make the blood in this movie. And this is just the single Blu-ray edition. And this is region free, I believe. Yep, from 88 Films. But my favorite edition of this movie is the Vinegar Syndrome, which they knocked it out of the park with this edition. If you guys don't own this already on Vinegar Syndrome, please go pick it up. I believe you can pick this up for 15 bucks brand new, right around there somewhere. So Another little fun fact about this film, the director Jim Bryant, he bought some film that was it was expired. It was almost expired, and they were going to get rid of it. And he bought the whole roll of film for $400, and he ended up filming this movie on that film. So, in this particular edition here, has a lot of special features. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. There's a commentary and interviews, and there's a really fun. What was it? There was an autograph signing party. I don't know if you guys can see that. Autograph signing party. It's a 30-minute featurette, and they have interviews with the cast currently, as of when this film came out in 2015. So you can see Jim Bryant and some of the actors that were in this movie, and they talk about it. It's fun. It was filmed in the mountains here in the U.S. And there was quite a few kills. I want to say there was probably like 15 kills in this movie, and there's some pretty decent gore. The madman in the movie was kind of hokey, but it was effective. He had kind of like this wild man, like a bear cloak or whatever. Let's see if you can see him on the back here anywhere on any of these particular editions. Here you can see the maniac, I think they called him. He's wearing like some kind of a fur cloak, and he's got some kind of a weird headdress on. And there's some pretty funny one-liners in here. There was this guy was kind of picking on this girl. They were fooling around in the woods, and she zipped herself up in a sleeping bag, and he called her a bag of bitch. And then the maniac came around and ended up slicing her up in the sleeping bag. I thought that was a good scene. There was a scene with a wheelchair guy, which it's kind of like a what the fuck moment. Why would there be a guy in a wheelchair out in the middle of the woods, but he gets pushed over a cliff? And those are minor spoilers. I mean, this movie's been out since 1981, so if you haven't seen it by now, I mean, you guys deserve to hear some spoilers. But I do recommend picking this one up. It can be had cheaply, and trying to think of what else I can really say about the movie. They filmed it outdoors, and they filmed it during daylight hours because they didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on lighting and stuff like that. So, I mean, when you watch this film, you can definitely tell it's a low-buck operation, but it's a very fun watch for me. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, and I did actually have this in my top 50 horror movie list that I did last summer. I can't remember what number it was out of 50, but because my list changes daily, basically, but it's definitely my top 50 of all time. So, and it's my guilty pleasure. And a lot of you guys out there are probably turning your nose up saying, oh, that movie sucks. And you're right for the most part, but I enjoy it. I have fun with it. So, Tony, thank you very much for the opportunity to win the contest, and or to enter the contest. Not win it, but you're doing a great job on your channel. Keep it up. You're a great guy. And I want you guys that are watching out there to please go sub Tony, check out his video, give him some support, make a new friend. So, all right, guys, with that, I will take off. So, catch you later.